Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we will finish our CoreUI and reusable components. We have 3 more components to go. The first one is page 404. Let's create a new composable. Let's call it page 404. Only one parameter on home click. The whole page will consist of a LUTI animation, a text, and a button. First of all, let's wrap everything into a column. It will fill the max size. For the horizontal alignment, center horizontally, and vertical alignment, arrange and center. I guess that I have forgot to add the discount animation. So basically, let's do this beforehand. The discount animation should be done in the first part or previously when we have implemented image unwarning, but no problem. Let's see how to declare LUTI animation. It does have nothing to do with this particular composable page 404, but we have to see how to use LUTI animation or .LUTI animation composable. The name of this composable, let's call it discount animation. We don't need the preview. Let's provide here a modifier and a loop to customize if it should loop or not. We have already installed this library. So basically it is .LUTI animation. The source is .LUTI source. We need to get the source from the assets folder. .json, autoplay, set it to true, loop equal loop, frame interpolation to false, and let's add a modifier here. That's pretty much it for our discount animation. With the same manner, we will use here the animation for page 401, LUTI animation. Instead of this LUTI animation, we will do zero purchase, autoplay, it will loop over and over again. Let's fill the max width and the max height with a fraction of 0.5, basically the screen height. The next component, it is the text that should be displayed. In our case, we have to display 404 and a button that will allow the user to navigate to back home, if you will. Let's define the default colors for the button. In Jetpack Compose, we have to do this in order to add a leading icon for the button, basically add our own custom layout. Inside this row, let's add the icon and let's place the text back home. This is basically our page 404. Let's preview this particular page. Under preview, add Pocket Goods theme. Simply, it's gonna be 404. To see the animation, actually, we have to run the preview. Let's show the device. This is the animation. I think title medium looks great. Let's change it to title medium. Sometimes the animation does not show in the preview. Yeah, it looks way better than the other one. Even though there is some space here, you can adjust this according to your liking, but it's not the scope of our tutorial. There is a small space here between the text and the animation. We have faced the same problem in the Vuetify application. Now for the next component, it's the progress button. Let's add here a new composable. And we have to provide here a modifier, shape, and the colors and the content. The button itself is a normal button. And let's apply here the modifier, the colors, the shape as enabled, on click and invoke. So we have to protect here on click in order not to allow the user to perform multiple actions if the task is in progress. If it's not loading, we can perform the action. And it's gonna be disabled whenever it's loading. If is loading, we'll add here a circular progress indicator. Let's make it dynamic here. Content of the button. Modify the size of this progress indicator and the stroke width, basically how thick is the progress indicator, 2 density pixels. Let's add a spacer between the progress indicator and the button, and the space is gonna be consistent according to the is loading. Regardless, we have to put the content of our button. Let's pass the button colors as an argument, content color. We can assign basically the content of the button or the content color to do, for example, the color of the text field if you would like to handle the colors dynamically. Let's create a small preview for this button. I have prepared in advance the preview. Basically, a state here is loading. Let's use the button. Whenever we click on the button, let's toggle the is loading progress indicator. It's gonna be indeterminate progress indicator. Let's run the progress indicator or our preview. Let's show the device. Let's click on login. And we have the indeterminate progress indicator. It's gonna stay like this forever because we don't set any timeout in our preview. And as you can see here, it's disabled and we cannot click anymore on the login button or the progress button, which is good. The last composable is the text field. Let's create a component, call it text field, close the preview. As you can see here, it's convenient in Jetpack Compose because we have the preview predefined in Android Studio and we can easily preview the composable in isolation. I think this text field composable, we have talked about this one previously in other videos. So in order not to waste a lot of time, I'm going to provide here the needed dependencies for this composable. Let's go through the dependencies for this composable. We have to provide the value, and whenever the value change, the only thing that we have added here for the drawable icon and the text error and for the validation. We're gonna see where to use this error and text error in displaying the feedback validation. The whole text field is going to be wrapped in a colon because we need to define the outline text field, and underneath, if there is an error, we have to display the text as a feedback error for validation. For the horizontal alignment to start, and let's space between the outline text field and the text error with 6 density pixels, it's more than enough. Let's define the outline text field. Value, it's going to be value on value change on value change. As you can see here, nothing substantial. Visual transformation, same thing. We try to hoist this methods or these properties in our custom text field. The placeholder will be a text. Let's place here the label. The style, let's do body small. The label itself, the same composable as the placeholder. The text style for this body small, again, single line. The shape of the text field, medium. Keyboard options, the leading icon. Let's assign here only the drawable resource. We're not going to hardcode the icon, leading icon. For the content description, let's do, for example, leading icon for label. The trailing icon, and because it's optional, we need to do let. Instead of the leading icon, it should be it. And the description, with the same thing, instead of leading icon, trailing icon for label. We will see in the tutorial if we ever need to make this hard-coded or dynamic. Let's add here a modifier for the icon to make it clickable. As I said before, we're going to use this in the search input. The colors of text field focused container. Let's do, for example, surface. Unfocused container, take the same surface color and copy the color and set the alpha to 0.8. Let's add a modifier to this text field, fill max width. And we have to apply here is error to is error. This is the outline text field. Underneath, if we have an error, a feedback message of the text component. For the style, let's do here instead title small, and the color, material theme, color scheme, and error. I have prepared a preview for this text field. Let's run the composable because we have to type something. Let's show the device. This is our text field. Let's add some padding here. Let's refresh. We do have the first and last name and provide a non-empty value because we have an empty value. Once we do, for example, a non-empty value, the validation works. I guess that's pretty much it. That's gonna wrap up our video, and pretty much we are done with the CoreUI module. It is reusable, and we have defined all the necessary components that will be used across different features. In the next tutorial, we will build products feature. We're gonna start with domain and data layer, afterward the presentation layer, and so on for the rest of the features. I hope you liked the video. See you in the next one, and happy coding.